Okay. In complex number, what you have to remember in this? So starting like complex number definition, what is real part, what is complex part of that, what is imaginary part of it, and what is purely imaginary number.
Yeah, Pranav.
Conjugate is, and what is conjugate properties, all these things. If z equal to x plus iy is a complex number, then conjugate means its image in x-axis, that is x minus iy, is called as conjugate. And the properties are mod z equal to mod z bar, and z bar equal to mod z square, and real part of z means z plus z bar by 2, and imaginary part of z is z minus z bar by 2. These two results we have to remember, this part, because with the help of this results only we'll convert Cartesian equation into complex form and complex equation into Cartesian forms. Means if you want complex equation into Cartesian form, simply write z equal to x plus iy and substitute it. But Cartesian to complex means we'll replace x with z plus z bar by 2, y with z minus z bar by 2, 2i. So we'll substitute it. For example, here I take line equation x plus y equal to 3. By taking x plus y equal to 3 line, it is coming like this: I plus 1 into z bar by substituting. I plus 1 whole bar into z plus I plus 1 into z bar equal to 6. So like this general equation of line is coming in the form of a bar z plus a z bar equal to b. Okay. So in the same way, if you take circle general equation is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. Is circle general equation. And here that if you convert into Cartesian form, the complex form that is coming like z bar plus w bar z plus wz bar plus c equal to 0. Here you have to remember this point. C is real number here, not complex number. C is a real number, W is a complex number. And here center is minus W and radius is W bar minus C, square root of that. So here it represents circle only if that W bar minus C is a positive value, non-negative value. Equal to 0 case, point circle you will get, but greater than 0 case, you will get remaining circles. Okay. Next, identity and inverse elements. That minus Z is called as additive inverse. 1 by Z is called multiplicative inverse. And it exists only for Z not equal to 0 case. In the same way, multiplicative identity is 1 and additive identity is 0. And properties of complex numbers, if you see other things, that they are satisfying commutative property, addition and multiplication both, and both are satisfying associative property. And the other results are Z1 plus Z2 whole bar equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. And Z1 minus Z2 bar equal to Z1 bar minus Z2 bar. Same Z1 into Z2 bar is Z1 bar into Z2 bar. Same thing Z1 by Z2 also. Simply here KZ whole bar formula is K bar into Z bar if K is a constant. And that too here, if K is a complex number, that is K bar into Z bar. And if K is a real number, that is K into Z bar. We have an important application related to this. Related to this Z1 plus Z2 and Z1 minus Z2. Just based on these three results, we have an important property in complex this polynomials. What is that? Amrut, what is the result? Student, my voice is audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, can you tell the questions right? I was not.
By using Z1 bar, Z1 plus Z2 whole bar equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. And by using KZ whole bar equal to K into Z bar, K is a real number, this property. We have an important result in algebra. What is that? Related to polynomials.
The complex roots occur in conjugates.
Yeah, complex roots coming as conjugate base. That proof is based on this thing only. Means if f of x is a polynomial with real coefficients, f of x is a polynomial with real coefficients. If alpha is a root of this, then alpha bar is also root of this. If we take alpha is a root of that equation, then alpha bar is also root of that equation. Okay, that property is based on this point only. Okay, first we'll assume alpha is a root, we'll substitute in that, like a naught plus a1x plus a2x square, so on an x power n. So here, this is our polynomial. It is satisfied by alpha if you take starting. Then you will get a naught plus a1 alpha plus so on, an alpha n equal to 0 will get. Now after that take bar both sides, means conjugate both sides. Then by using this first property, a naught bar is same like a naught bar plus a1 alpha bar, a2 alpha square bar, like this you will get. Next, by using this kz property separately, and a naught bar is same like a naught only, and a1 alpha bar is same like a1 into alpha bar, a2 into alpha bar square, like this you will get. We'll substitute alpha in that. After that, we'll take bar both sides, means conjugate both sides. Then by using Z1 plus Z2 whole bar equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar, you can write separately bar for each and every term. And after that, by using KZ whole bar equal to K into Z bar, K is real number. By using that property, bar is coming only for alphas, not for A0, A1, A2. So if alpha is a root of that, then alpha bar is also satisfying that equation, means alpha bar is also root of that equation. So that will come by using this. Okay. Next important result is that triangular inequalities. Mod Z1 plus Z2 whole bar is less than or equal to mod Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. Similarly, mod Z1 minus Z2, that mod Z1 minus Z2 is greater than or equal to mod of mod Z1 minus mod Z2. Both triangular inequalities are important. Both are triangular inequalities. And equality holds in which case? Here equality holds in which case? Origin Z1,
Sir, when origin Z1 and Z2 are collinear.
collinear, and one more extra point also in that is Z1 comma Z2 are at the same side to origin. Because if they are collinear also, for example, if Z1 equal to 2, Z2 equal to 0, Z2 equal to -3, then no doubt it won't satisfy. Because for example, Z1 plus Z2 is giving 1, but separately mod Z1 and mod Z2 are getting us 2 and 3. Okay, so here in this case equality does not hold. Reason is 0 in middle of the two numbers. So in which case equality holds is 0 is outside of the two numbers. Means Z1 comma Z2 are same side to origin and they are collinear. In that case only equality holds. Next, this formula is also very important when you are solving the problems. Mod Z1 plus Z2 whole square. This mod Z1 plus Z2 whole square, we have like 3 formulas. One is like Z1 plus Z2 into Z1 bar plus Z2 bar, that you can write. Or which is exactly equal to mod Z1 square plus mod Z2 square plus Z1 Z2 bar. Means if you multiply separately, you will get this Z1 Z2 bar plus Z1 bar Z2, which is exactly same like conjugate of that Z1 Z2 bar. And already we know Z plus Z bar is always equal to what you will get, Z plus Z bar equal to 2 into real part of Z. So by using this, here you will get third property. So that is exactly same like mod Z1 square plus mod Z2 square plus 2 into real part of Z1 Z2 bar. So simply, if you take Z1 equal to R1 into e power I theta 1, means R1 is modulus, theta 1 is argument. Z2 equal to R2 into e power I theta 2. Then Z1 plus Z2 whole square equal to what you will get? R1 square plus R2 square plus 2 R1 R2 cos theta 1 minus theta 2. 2 R1 into cos theta 1 minus theta 2 will get. Reason is Z1 means R1 into e power I theta 1. Z2 bar means R2 into e power minus I theta 2. If you multiply that R1 R2 into cis theta 1 minus theta 2. In that real part is cos theta 1 minus theta 2. So this is our third formula. Depending on problems, this is useful for us. Same logic. If you take minus, here also you'll get before R1 R2 term minus. Means mod Z1 minus Z2 whole square if you take, you will get Z1. If you multiply that Z1 minus Z2 into Z1 minus Z2 whole bar, it's mod Z1 square, mod Z2 square minus mod Z1 square plus mod Z2 square minus Z1 Z2 bar plus Z1 bar Z2 you will get, which is exactly equal to 2 into real part of Z1 Z2 bar, or which is exactly equal to, in this formula here before R1 R2 minus symbol, that is R1 square plus R2 square minus 2 R1 R2 cos theta 1 minus theta 2. So by using these two results, we will get mod Z1 plus Z2 square plus mod Z1 minus Z2 square equal to 2 times of mod Z1 square plus mod Z2 square. This is the result. Next, argument of a complex number definition. Argument already, you can call it as amplitude also. Okay, if Z is a point in first or second quadrant and theta is the angle here, if you remember. So when we are defining our argument for first 2 quadrant points, we are taking like this anti-clockwise direction. And if Z is in third and fourth quadrant, we will take in clockwise direction. That's why here our principal argument when we are defining that we are defining as between minus pi to pi. Principal argument or amplitude will take between minus pi to pi. Argument you can take anything that theta plus 2n pi also. And here at the same time when you are solving the problems, if they are asking principal value, in that case only this minus pi to pi is important. Otherwise, for example, if you take any complex number z here, if you take theta is 225 degrees, also no problem. Minus 135 also no problem. Both are giving same number, same answer. If they are using the word amplitude or principal argument, in that case only we have to write exact answer between minus 180 to 180. That too minus 180 not included because only one of them we have to add. So open minus pi, closed pi. So principal argument wise, first and second quadrant will take positive. Third and fourth quadrant wise, we'll get negative result. And if you want to write the formula also, here I gave formulas. Directly principal argument formula is if x and y positive, in first quadrant that is tan inverse of y by x. And fourth quadrant it's minus pi plus tan inverse of y by x. That third quadrant. Fourth quadrant minus tan inverse, just minus for that results. For this if you multiply, you'll get this. So these two are, if you observe, one is theta, one more thing is minus theta. In the same way, even these two things also. If one result is theta, that will multiply with minus theta. And here, this arguments. If z is a real number, argument of z is 0. If z is positive. And if z is negative, argument of z is pi. Very important point. So argument of z is pi for negative numbers and argument of z is 0 for positive values. Even for 0 also we'll take 0 only. Z is purely imaginary, then argument of z is pi by 2 if it is positive, and for negative thing it's minus pi by 2. And very important point is argument of z bar is always equal to minus argument of z. This formula is working in all cases, so only one exception is there, that is z is negative real number. So except z is negative real number in the all cases, means principal argument wise I'm saying, argument of z bar equal to minus argument of z formula is working. So amplitude of z plus amplitude of z bar equal to 0 for all complex numbers except z is a negative real number. In that case what happen, argument of z and argument of z bar both are equal to pi only will come. So in that situation that sum is equal to 2 pi. Means amplitude of z plus amplitude of z bar equal to either 0 or 2 pi. These are the two situations. This 2 pi is coming only in one case, that is z is negative real number. In the remaining all cases 0 only will get. Okay, and if argument of z is theta, then argument of minus z is the theta minus pi. Because if it z is here, then minus z is here. That's why if argument of z is theta, then argument of minus z is theta minus pi will come. Okay. Next, what is the meaning of argument of z1 minus z2 equal to theta means? This result is also important. Argument of z1 minus z2 equal to theta means like same like vectors. So here this z1 minus z2 represent a line segment, or you can take like a ray which starts at z2 and ends at z1. So the direction is important, like its initial point is z2, z1 is here and z2 is not included here. But, and how much angle it makes with x-axis, means positive x-axis, like theta. So argument of z1 minus z2 equal to theta means that z2 minus z1 ray makes angle theta with horizontal line at the positive side of x-axis. Okay. Next, simply argument of z minus 1 equal to pi by 4 also same thing. Argument of z minus 1 equal to pi by 4 means this meaning is if you take a point 1 comma 0, so it represents a ray starts at 1 comma 0 and it goes like this, which makes angle pi by 4 with x-axis. That this 1 comma 0 is not included, because if you substitute 1 in that, in the place of z, if you substitute 1, argument of 0 equal to pi by 4 is coming, but always we'll treat argument of 0 is 0 only. That's why when we are writing argument of z minus 1 equal to pi by 4, that 1 is not included. This point is very important. I think 2-3 years back they asked one of the question just based on this point on. They gave some lines like this. They asked how many points, means something like this they gave lines. Okay, that represent these lines when they gave arguments. They asked how many point of intersections are there for both of them. So when they gave like this, that point is not, this point is lies on this line, but when you are writing argument of that, for example, same situation, argument of z minus 1 equal to pi by 4, argument of z minus 1 equal to 3 pi by 4 is there. Then how many lines are included? For example, means how many common points are there for both of them? Like this means it is not, this one is not common point for both of them, because one is not lies on both of the equations. So they give question like that. So here that point is not included is important in this. And we know any complex number z, you can write it as in the form of mod z into e power I theta, where mod z is modulus, theta is argument of that complex number. Okay, so this form is called as modulus amplitude form or modulus argument form. Both are same only. So this result is also important. Because when you are solving the problems like this only, we will solve some questions. Z equal to mod z into e power I theta. Next in these arguments, okay, here it's not there. What is the meaning of argument of z1 by z2? The argument of z1 minus z2 we discussed. This is z2 starts, z1 here, this argument. This is z2. Then what is the argument of z1 by z2?
Z1 and argument of Z1 minus R.
So this meaning is, this formula wise, I think already remember the formula. This argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Indirectly z1 to 0 if you join. If this is z1, this is 0 and this is z2. So here to here, z2 to this, if you take this is A, this B. Angle from OB to OA ray. Angle from OB2 to OA ray is same like argument of z1 by z2. The same way argument of z1 into z2 means that sum of both of them. Argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Sum of the both of the results. Okay, this we can take. Okay. Or this is exactly same like geometrical. If you see, if this is z2 here, just take z2 bar. And here z1 is there. Then angle from the z2 bar to this. This total result is equal to argument of z1 into argument of z2. Reason also is, this you can write as argument of z2, you can write it as mod z2 square by z2 bar. And it's a real number, it won't affect, mod z2 square is a real number, it won't affect our answer, as it's a positive real number, that too. So indirectly our question is argument of z1 by z2 bar. Means this z2 bar to z1. Because if you take first one is theta 1 and argument of z2 is theta 2, means indirectly this 2 here also theta 2 only. So you'll get theta 1 plus theta 2. So argument of z1 z2 formula is argument of z1 plus argument of z2. And here this part is important. e power I theta, because mod z equal to mod z into e power I theta we are writing. That e power I theta is always same like cos theta plus I sin theta. Because that x plus iy only, we are writing as x means r cos theta plus I into y means r sin theta, where r is modulus, which is same like r into 6 theta is coming. This result only we are writing r into e power I theta. So why that e power I theta is coming is this is the proof. So if you take expansions of this cos theta and sin theta, cos theta expansion is 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial plus theta power 4 by 4 factorial, like that you will get. Plus I into sin theta is theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial, like that you will get. This if you simplify, this same like 1 plus I theta whole square by 2 factorial plus I theta whole cube by 3 factorial, like that we'll get, which is equal to e power I theta. That's why that cos theta plus I sin theta is same like cis theta is same like e power I theta.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
What is the doubt?
Sir, like if they give argument of z3 minus z1 by z2 minus z3 equal to theta.
Okay.
Like how will you represent the diagram, sir?
Okay, we'll come for this. Next it's coming that point only.
Yes.
Here this concept is there here. Next it's coming. Next, that argument of z1 equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2 proof is also coming with the help of this point. If you say simply z1 equal to e power I theta 1 if you take, z2 is e power I theta 2 if you take, then z1 into z2 is e power I into theta 1 plus theta 2. That's why this formula is coming. Argument of z1 z2 equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Okay, just now what we discussed, that point is this: argument of z1 by z2 is same like argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Okay, and this notation is important. Yes, what you are asking is this point only?
Yes, sir. But in numerator z3 minus z1 you take, sir.
Just minus take it out in that case. So argument of, here what you have to remember is argument of z1 minus z2 by z3 minus z2. So what this represents is, always you have to remember this point. If you take like this, this is z2, this is z1, this is z3, then z3 minus z2, always this represents denominator to numerator. z3 minus z2 to z1 minus z2. If you take this is theta, then this result is also theta. Okay, this formula only we are calling a Coni's formula also. Argument of z1 minus z2 by z3 minus z2 means denominator to numerator. So this angle will come. So obviously here if they are asking, if they give this result and if they are asking argument of z3 minus z2 by z1 minus z2, if they give reciprocal of this, then that formula is minus theta. Reason is, here if you see in according to diagram, if you observe now, z3 minus z2 to z1 minus z2, theta is the angle. Always you have to see from denominator to numerator. But in my question, if you see the second question, I gave z1 minus z2 to z3 minus z2. So z1 minus z2 to z3 minus z2 means according to this diagram, like this I am asking. So if that is theta, so this angle is obviously minus theta. Okay. Now, if your doubt is what argument of z2 minus z1 by z3 minus z2, what is this value? So if they are giving like this, simply what you do is, right, this is argument of minus 1 into z2 z1 minus z2. If they are giving like this, argument of z1 minus z2 by z3 minus z2. So which is exactly equal to argument of minus 1 plus that argument of this theta. So Indirectly that result is what? If that result is theta, this result is 180 plus theta. So argument of Z2 minus Z1 by Z3 minus Z2. Result is 180 minus theta. Reason is, in terms of simply like vectors, if you see, in terms of like vectors, if you observe, last time this angle theta he gave, like Z1 minus Z2. Z1 minus Z2 is theta he gave. Now here Z2 minus Z1 is there. Z2 minus Z1 is there means what? Obviously that is opposite to this. So if this is theta, then here to here what is the angle? Theta plus 180. So that only we are saying. Okay, Rashika?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
So if minus is there, simply take minus common and go for your regular meaning. But geometrically that meaning is this. Okay. But when you are writing angle, compulsory, both they have same initial point or both they have same terminal point. So either both are starting with Z2 or both are ending with Z2 like this. Either you can take ending with Z2 or you can take starting with Z2. Anything is fine. Okay, like this you can take. Because many results will prove with the help of this point. For example, we know in equilateral triangle one result. In equilateral triangle we have one result. What is that in equilateral triangle? Which result is there? If Z1, Z2, Z3 are vertices of triangle.
Z1 square plus Z2 square plus Z3 square plus Z1, Z2, Z3, sigma of that is 0.
So Z1 square plus Z2 square plus Z3 square equal to Z1, Z2 plus Z2, Z3 plus Z3, Z1. This result I want to prove. Like many ways are there, but like one of the way, like this is Z1, Z2, Z3. Then here to here angle is pi by 3. So here how you can write is argument of Z2 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to e power I pi by 3. So complex number definition, Z equal to mod Z into e power I theta. By using this, Z2 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to mod Z2 minus Z1 by mod Z2 minus Z3 into e power I pi by 3. So here these two magnitudes are same because they are sides of the triangle. So magnitudes are same. Now by applying same logic for other case, for example, if you take this diagram, then in that case, Z2 minus Z3 by Z1 minus Z3 is also same e power I pi by 3 will come. Now equate both of them. Z2 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z3 equal to Z2 minus Z3 by Z1 minus Z3. So by simplifying this, you will get exactly the given result of this point only you will get after simplifying. Okay. So this type of results you can prove with the help of this rotation formula. This is our rotation formula. So with this rotation formula, you can solve this. So here we prove one more thing. If they are equilateral triangle, both are same only. Z1 square plus Z2 square plus Z3 square equal to this, like this you can write. Or that is exactly same like 1 by Z1 minus Z2 plus 1 by Z2 minus Z3 plus 1 by Z3 minus Z1 equal to 0. Or that is exactly same like that 1, 1, 1, Z1, Z2, Z3, Z2, Z3, 1 equal to 0. So here I apply different method. Here I apply this equal to 0 I take. This result I want to prove 0. So I multiply and divided with that mod Z1 minus Z2 square. So when I am multiplying mod Z1 minus Z2 square, that is exactly equal to mod Z2 minus Z3 square and mod Z3 minus Z1 square. So I multiplied and divided with that terms. So that mod Z square by Z is giving Z bar. Mod Z square by Z is giving Z bar by using this here separately Z1 bar minus Z2 bar, Z2 bar minus Z3 bar, Z3 bar minus Z1 bar, which is equal to 0. That result is correct. Okay, this proof is also related to this. Next, what is the area of triangle formula? In complex number, if Z1, Z2, Z3 are vertices, for example, if these are the vertices, what is the area of triangle? If Z1, Z2, Z3 are vertices, what is the area of this triangle?
1/4 delta into 1/4 into delta of Z1, Z2.
Z1, Z1 bar 1, Z2, Z2, Z3, Z3 bar. This is the formula. And therefore, and here once again you have to take mark for it, because here you will get imaginary part. Okay, so we will take mod for that. Mod means magnitude here, because you will get inside imaginary number plus x plus iy plus x minus iy when you are simplifying. So you will get imaginary part. So take mod for that result. What's the proof? Shall you remember the proof?
No, sir.
Anyone remember this proof?
So we can take from area of triangle x1 y1 1 x2 y2 1.
X3 y3 1. Exactly. So take x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1, x3 y3 1. You know this is the area of triangle half into. Here x1 what to write is z1 plus z1 bar by 2. And this is z1 minus z1 bar by 2i. Like this simplified. Now take 1 by 2 common and simplify this result. After simplifying this result means try to cancel this I here. Means C1 implies C1 plus C2i. For example, if you do that, C1 implies C1 plus C2i, then the Z1 terms are cancelled. This Z1 bar term is cancelled. C1i is cancelled, because if you multiply with I, what happens? If you multiply with I, then this I is cancelled. Z1, yeah. So Z1, Z2, Z3 terms are cancelled. So simply apply C1 implies C1 plus C2i. For example, if you do this, then this Z1 by 2 term is cancelled. So only Z1 bar by 2 term will come. Similarly, apply this column operations continuously. At last you will get this result only. Okay, after doing all the calculations. This is the proof of that. Okay. This is the first part of the complex number, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and argument, modulus properties and all. In next class, on Monday, I will discuss this de Moivre's theorem, because many applications are there. So it takes time to discuss all. So this de Moivre's theorem applications. And after in this de Moivre's theorem application only, this nth root of unity also will come, this part. So de Moivre's theorem means cos theta plus I sin theta equal to n. This result, this for cos theta plus I sin theta power n is cos n theta plus I sin theta. Okay, and in that only we'll get applications like complex numbers, by using complex numbers, that C0 plus C1 plus C2, that results you can find C1 plus C5 plus C9 value by using nth roots of unity, and C0 plus C4 plus C8, this sums you can solve. And our tan n theta formula S1 minus S3 plus S5 you can find by using this result only. So like some other results also will come. To solve integration questions also, for example, integration of cos power 10 theta if you want to find. that you can find by using complex number easily. No doubt you know reduction formula, but reduction formula, if you remember, we did only for integral 0 to pi by 2. But if integral 0 to pi by 3 is there, our reduction formula, it won't work in the definite integration, I'm saying. Indefinite integration, one more formula is there, but continuously you have to do all those things. But to compare with that, this complex number method is easy. So you have to find cos power 10 theta formula by using the 12 solve. Next, after that, nth roots of unity we'll discuss. You know, many applications are there for nth roots of unity. But all those questions we'll discuss in the next class. Next, geometry of complex numbers. I'll try to complete in the next class. So Monday I will try to complete this part. This many things are there here, like complex slope. So De Maas theorem onwards, in next class I will discuss that part. Okay, it takes time. If I'm going to next topic, easily it will take half an hour time to complete the next concept. So today it's not possible. So Monday we'll discuss the next concept. Any doubt you have in today's class? Before De Maas theorem, any doubt? Before De Maas theorem. No doubt?
Sir, tomorrow the second paper would be mains or advanced, sir?
Tomorrow we'll try to give both advanced papers.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay. And already I said, whatever it may be, mentally ready for all those things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Whatever it may be. I want to give tomorrow both advanced papers. Okay. But if we are sending mains paper, also write that. Don't miss any paper. Okay. We'll stop for today.